What is going on, Rosano Nation and Raptors Nation? It's your host, Luca Rosano, back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Hope you guys are staying safe. And I want to begin today's video by saying thank you to all those people who show me mad love for my interview with the one and only Hello Jack Armstrong. Your support on that video, guys, that interview was amazing. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Rosano Nation, Raptors Nation, you know who you are. Thank you so much for continuing to support the movement, continuing to support my grind, even during this quarantine. You guys are the real MVP. And listen, it is my top priority every single time I turn on that camera to bring you guys top-notch content. So I just want you to remember that moving forward. That being said, let's shift gears now into today's video. And let's talk about some recent rumors that have surfaced all over. And that is the trade rumor now being talked about that the Raptors could maybe trade up the draft ladder and get their point guard for the future in LaMelo Ball. A lot of you have already seen this. It surfaced on Twitter. This is where I saw it. So I wanted to talk about this, speculate this, and give you my opinion on this. Before we do that, though, please do me a solid favor. Drop a like on today's video, guys. Let's get to 100 plus likes. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you hit the bell. Join Noti Gang. Leave your comments down below throughout. And follow me on social media where we keep the conversation alive. That is Twitter, Instagram, and you can follow my other content on TikTok. Okay, where did this rumor and report come from? Well, it came from Kendrick Perkins' colleague on the No Agendas podcast. And I'll be honest, I never heard of this guy. A lot of you probably never heard of this guy, but his name is Rashad Phillips. And he said this: Toronto will try to trade Kyle Lowry and company to Philly. Ben Simmons will go to the Warriors, and the Raptors will try and move up the board and draft LaMelo Ball. And right now, Ball is ranked as Rashad Phillips' top prospect. And in many people's eyes, he could very well be the number one pick of this year's upcoming draft. LaMelo Ball, 18 years old, 6'7", has been playing over in the Australian league called the NBL. Could he, in fact, be the number one pick? Guys, I'll be honest with you. Before we talk about, the Raptors and the trade part of this, let's talk about LaMelo Ball. I'm very impressed with this kid's game. I mean, you look at his game from a playmaking ability, his ability to shoot the ball, his ability to pass the ball. LaMelo Ball is super, super athletic. He is super talented, and I think he's going to be as good as advertised. I honestly think LaMelo Ball is going to end up being the best ball brother. And I think right now, he's already a better shooter than Lonzo. You could argue he's a better playmaker than Lonzo. And the only things that Lonzo has over his younger brother right now that could change is his passing ability and his defense. But again, LaMelo Ball is still so ripe, 18 years old. But he's already shown flashes of brilliance. So much so that you got some scouts saying that he's comparable to Luka Doncic in terms of their creativity and their versatility and their ability to play make. Go watch the tape, guys. Go watch the highlights. I don't think LaMelo Ball is going to be a bust. I don't think the distraction of his dad's going to get in the way. I don't think the distraction of his last name and his brand's going to get in the way. I think this kid will be the real deal. And I also think his experience of playing in the Australian League against grown men will pay huge dividends. Because look what that did to Luka Doncic, who played in the Euro League against grown men. Luka Doncic can credit his two first successful years in the NBA to that, because he was ready to go up against big bodies. He was ready to go up against grown-ups. And then when he entered the NBA, it was a seamless transition. And I really think that's going to be the same case here with LaMelo Ball. I'm not comparing the NBL to the NBA. Don't get me wrong, guys. But LaMelo Ball hasn't been prepping against students. He hasn't been prepping against other guys that 80% of them won't even make the league. He's prepping against pros, grown pros in an adult league. That is going to help this kid's game tremendously. And we might see top prospects from here on out take this same type of route, looking at the success of a Luka Doncic and maybe looking at the success of a LaMelo Ball if he goes on to have great success in the NBA, which I think he will. And they will go play overseas as opposed to staying and doing the college route. So LaMelo Ball is going to be a very good player. Now, let's go back to the trade rumor and let's kind of digest it here. I mean, Rashad Phillips says that the Raptors will trade Kyle Lowry and company to Philly. Okay, first and foremost, Kyle Lowry ain't going to be the only chip in this. There's got to be more to this. So when he says Kyle Lowry and company, like what company are we talking about? Would it have to include an OG Anunoby? Would it have to include a Norman Powell? Would it have to include our future draft picks? Because Kyle Lowry alone ain't getting this deal done. Secondly, if the Raptors do entertain this and they send a package of Lowry and, I don't know, Anunoby or something to Philly, and this works out and the Raptors do have the pick to select LaMelo Ball, then what happens to Fred VanVleet? Because I don't know about you guys, but if the Raptors trade up in the draft, get LaMelo Ball, they get their point guard of the future, right? They're not going to be spending a ton of money to retain the services of Fred VanVleet this offseason when we all know Fred VanVleet, if he is going to be a starter in this league for many seasons to come, it's going to be at that point guard position. I don't see him having a long shelf life at that shooting guard position. So the Raptors ain't going to spend a ton of money to bring back VanVleet if they have drafting LaMelo Ball in mind. If they do this, you can kiss VanVleet goodbye because they're letting him walk. They are not spending top dollar to get VanVleet and trade for LaMelo Ball. Both of those things aren't happening. The other part to this, a lot of people quick to shut it down. A lot of people calling this crazy talk. Well, I do want to point out something interesting here, guys, that I believe these trade rumors and this speculation isn't coming from left field. There's some truth behind this because it was late last year, around October 4th, that this tweet came out, and it was from a basketball analyst, Adam Zagaria, and he stated that the Blazers, Pelicans, Nets, and Raptors have all reached out to the folks over at Spire Basketball for background on LaMelo Ball. So to me, this seems like the Raptors have had their eye on LaMelo Ball, and they've been doing their research. They've been watching him and his development over in the Australian League. So I wouldn't be quick to shut this down. There might be something here, guys, where if Masai Ujiri feels like they can send a decent enough package and a fair enough package to make this done and ship their aging point guard in Kyle Lowry, because let's call it what it is, guys. As much as we want Kyle Lowry to retire as a Raptor, sometimes you need to do what's best for business. If Masai Ujiri can parlay the aging Lowry and a package that wouldn't tip the boat necessarily, and we can get a draft pick that would enable us to draft LaMelo Ball, I think LaMelo Ball would actually be a good fit on this Raptors team. I mean, could you picture LaMelo Ball and Pascal Siakam? That's already going to be a fantastic tandem. This also wouldn't compromise the Raptors' chances of getting a big-name free agent in 2021. If the Raptors wanted to go younger, but not necessarily rebuild, this would be the route they take. If we could get LaMelo Ball at a fair price, I would do it. I'm very fond on this kid's game. Who will be our point guard of the future? Will it be VanVleet? Will it be LaMelo Ball? Will it be someone else? That is a big question mark. This team will eventually have to address sooner rather than later. So this is all the speculation thrown into one little video here. Would you want the Raptors to go all in and try to get LaMelo Ball if the price is right? Or do you think that the Raptors' future point guard is Fred VanVleet, and we should just shut all of this down? Let me know your thoughts down below. Appreciate each and every one of you who comment on my videos. And if you comment on my videos, guys, you will have a chance to get a shout out. And I will give a shout out here to my guy, The Flesh, who commented on my interview with Jack Armstrong. So here's your shout out. Thank you so much for being a part of Noti Gang. Leave a comment down below, guys, on today's video. Hashtag Noti Gang. And you too could get a shout out in a future upload of mine. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You can stay connected with me again on social media. Like, subscribe, share this video. and I will catch you all again in the next one. My name is Luca Rosano, and until next time, be great and stay blessed. Peace out.